Here, back for another update. Let's take a look at XRP over here. And what do we see with XRP? Now, a lot of analysts I feel have the XRP correction down wrong. And the reason I say that is because XRP hasn't had a real run up or has never really been in bull market territory for over 2300 days. Okay? And even in our March 2020 run up, okay, so this was your March 2020 going into your 2021 run up, this over here was not a bull market. And in my opinion, it was not cut short due to the fact that Ripple got sued by the SEC. Because it's all in the charts. It's all written in the charts, and the news comes. The charts tell the story first, and then the news comes after. So this over here, this was not a bull market, right? This wasn't even considered a run up, and the reason for that is simply because this over here was an A wave. Okay, so you had a 3-wave move down in your A wave, then you had a 3-wave move up in your B wave. So this over here was a B wave, and then you had a 5-wave move to the downside in your C wave. Okay, so this is your A, this is your B, and then this is your C. And what this would look like in Elliot wave theory is that it would look something like this. So this is your A, this is your B, and then you have your C wave just like that. So we'll take a look at the waves over here. Okay, we'll take a look at the waves. Okay. So look, we have a 3-wave move down in your A, 3-wave move up in your B, and then a 5-wave move to the downside for your C. Okay, this is your A wave. It's complete. A wave was complete in March 2020. Then, as Bitcoin bottomed out and the rest of the alts bottomed out, we then went on to go formulate your B wave. So a 5-wave move up in your A, 3-wave move down in your B, and then another 5-wave move up for your C. This is a perfect example of a leading diagonal. Okay, this over here. So you 5 waves up in a diagonal formation, a overthrow of the pattern on both ends of the range, come down for a B wave before having an explosive C wave to the upside. So now your A wave is done. Okay, your A wave is done, and your B wave is done. Then for our last leg in the correction, which is your C wave, we have a 5-wave move to the downside. Okay, with a truncation in the 5th wave. So you see how the wave 5 goes sideways? This is a truncation of the 5th wave, and usually you get truncations when sellers run out of steam. Okay, it fails to go below the bottom of your 3rd wave and just ends up going sideways. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a 3-wave move down, 3-wave move up, and a 5-wave move to the downside for your Elliot wave flat pattern. Okay, so this is an Elliot wave flat pattern, and this is exactly why XRP hasn't really seen a true bull market yet since 2017, 2018 time. Not because of the SEC, not because of the fact that whatever FUD and narrative is out there, it's not true, right? It's just simply because this was your A wave, this was your B wave, and then you have a C wave here. Okay. After having this ABC correction, what do we see over here? Right? We have to analyze what's going on with the chart. Okay. After having your A wave, B wave, and C wave down, what does the price do afterwards? The price goes in to what's called Wyckoff reaccumulation. So I want to show you guys something here. This is XRP from 2014, okay? You have your move up, right? Founders sell at the extension, a move down to make a double bottom. They scoop up all their shares at over a 90% discount. Then we start our structure, okay? and then we chop around over here, and then we have our first leg. Okay, this over here is your 2018 high. Then from 2018, okay, so from this high over here, so look, creation of XRP, August 2013, founders sell out the extension, they scoop up all their shares again at a 90+% discount, and then the structure begins, and then we have our first leg up. Okay, after having this 2018 high, we have a 3-wave move down, a 3-wave move up, failing to breach beyond this 2018 high, and then we have a 5-wave move to the downside. Okay, it will look like this: 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, this came down a little bit lower, so this over here would be your A, your B, and then your C. Okay, and this is exactly what we see: 2018 high, your A, B, and then your C. So now, after having this C wave, the price goes into accumulation mode. It goes sideways. Now, in this sideways action, you're going to have a lot of holders giving up. You're going to have them say that XRP is underperforming. You know, it's not really, it's just a dead coin because it's been doing nothing, right? For this long, for all this time. And even in here, it would be the most difficult time to be a holder, because instead of going down or instead of going up, it just goes sideways. And you have a lot of holders, you know, pulling their hair out within this range. But just remember that this range over here is when the most wealthy institutions and the most wealthy individuals accumulate. You can even call it smart money accumulation, right? They're accumulating within this Wyckoff range over here, and we can see that every single move within this range is not random. None of it's random at all. Okay, let's zoom in here a little. What do we have here? We have our preliminary supply. So it's one last upswing before a waterfall-like move down into your selling climax. So now once we get to this selling climax, I remember it. It was I believe during the FTX, like just before the FTX collapse, I think. Or yeah, this was the FTX collapse right down here. Okay, so this over here was your selling climax. This is where all of the retail holders, they say to themselves that this coin is dead. Let's just sell all of our bags here at the bottom. And so they sell their bags here. Composite operator buys up all that fear, causes an automatic rally to the upside. Then we have a secondary test of the lows before having a failed breakout of the range, only for the composite operator to bring the price back down to extremes below your secondary test. So this secondary test over here was a psychological low. You see how we wicked it underneath it? Okay, so this was your second extreme, second test in phase B, causing a short squeeze back to the top of the range one more time for your second failed break. You then have a creaking like action down to mid-range. You see how we creak down here, down to mid-range over here, before having an explosive move up above the top of the range? This over here is your creak, right down to mid-range. You see, we creaked over here. Last point of support, Ripple wins the lawsuit, or Ripple has a victory in court against the SEC, right? And then it has a sign, and then we have what's called a sign of strength above the top of the range. This over here is when all of the retail traders think that we're in the clear, right? So what do? They ape in all of their money right over here because they think that just because Ripple had a victory in court against the SEC that we're going to continue up. But no. Remember, this market is not based off news. It's based off solely from the charts itself and what the algorithm is telling us. The composite operator knows that all of the retail are aping their bags in bags in over here, or aping their money in over here. So this would be the perfect time to sell their bags, dump all their bags to drive the price back down to the top of the range for our backup phase. So now look where we are, right? In total, this has been over 685 days of accumulation at the lows, and just this backup phase has lasted 311 days. Let me see here. Yeah, about 309 days. So just this backup phase alone, this is exactly where we are. You see right here? I'll show you. So this over here was when Ripple had the victory in court. Then the composite operator brought the price back down to around the top of the range, and then the price just chopped around here for 311 days. So for almost a year, the price just chopped around here. Now we are coming to the end stages of this backup phase. Okay, this is the end stages of the backup phase. And once we do enter into phase E, which will be very soon, okay, it will be in 2024, it's going to go very parabolic, much like it did back in 2017, 2018. You guys see that? How it's just one straight line up like that, right? To the naked eye, you wouldn't even be able to decipher what's going on. Once we have this huge push up, the normal retail trader wouldn't be able to decipher what's going on, right? We haven't had a move like this for years, right? Since 2017, 2018, we haven't had a move like this. So this video is to show you that XRP hasn't been in a bull run, right? Now XRP hasn't had a run up until 2017, and now we're about to see that run up in 2024. The first run up since 2,700 days ago, about 2,700 days. So it hasn't really had a run up for 2,700 days, a real run up, because this March 2020 2021 run move up was just a B wave. This was a corrective wave, not an impulsive one. Now that this ABC correction is done, now we're ready to start our impulsive move to the upside. Because where are we in the Wyckoff accumulation schematic? We're in the ending stages of the schematic. Okay, you see, we're in the ending stages. We're right over here. We're right at the end of phase D, about to go into phase E. So what do we have here, right? We have your initial move up, right? Then you have an A, B, C correction. Then you have accumulation at the lows for almost 700 days, right? Retail traders pulled their hair out because they don't know what's going on. They think the coin is dead, right? And then we start our next leg to the upside. Okay, so we have our first leg, our correction, accumulation at the lows, continuation of the trend. Okay, so this is exactly what I see with XRP. Now let's go to another chart over here, and we'll take a look at this chart over here. Okay, so this is XRP's wave count over here, and yeah, as you can see that every single wave is accounted for. Let's go to the 3-day time frame. As you can see, every wave is accounted for. 3-wave move down, 3-wave move up, 5-wave move to the downside, another 3-wave move up, and then a 5-wave move down. Then for our wave 1, we were from the bottom of our wave 1, this would be your secondary test in phase B, up to your sign of strength. Then for your wave 2, you have a triple zigzag, and this move below this wedge over here is considered the overthrow of your pattern. Okay, so any price action below this wedge over here would be considered manipulation, right? If we're going to take a look at this from an ICT point of view, we can even say that this over here is your accumulation, yeah, right, within this wedge. This over here is your manipulation before we have distribution, okay? This is the power of 3. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, okay? And yeah, this is XRP over here. And nothing to worry about at all if you're an XRP holder. Just know that good things will be coming your way in 2024. Okay, don't listen to anyone who says otherwise, because they're not looking at the chart correctly. Okay, so if you want to stay updated with XRP and you want to know all of the exit zones and what I think about it, and if you want to ask me any questions you want, please click the link in the description below to join the Discord. You get access to over 350 assets, and yeah, you get access to a community and the ability to ask me any question. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any question, please feel free to let me know. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.